Hello, Lisa Richard here with Loving Energy Recharge. Welcome to Inner Alchemy. Inner Alchemy is the blend of the teachings of human design, the gene keys, and incorporating some tools as a more than existing Lightworker coach. As our mandala wheel continues to turn, we are finding ourselves entering through gate number 55, which is known as the gate of abundance or the gate of spirit. Now, this is also bringing us into the fullness of Pisces season. So here we are now in the water element, and we are really going through a journey of our subconscious and our unconscious awareness. So think of this in terms of mysticism, and things are not always as they appear. It is a journey into the deeper emotional waters within us in order to learn about the depth of our spirit and allowing ourselves to be free in expressing what it is that we are going through and experiencing without placing a blame or projecting on somebody else for what it is that we are going through. Now, there's also a lot of energy right now that is drawing itself from the root center, which is our pressure center in the form of stress. And it just so happens that it is coming through gate number 39, which is known as the gate of provoking. So you may be finding that there's a tendency to really kind of push and tease and have your buttons pressed during this time so that you can allow the spirit within you to really feel the highs and the lows and how it wants to express itself in order for you to grow through the experience and to get familiar with what we call the shadow of victimization, where we tend to claim that we are the victim of life circumstances and project a blame or shame on everything else that is happening around us instead of claiming that responsibility for ourselves. And it might surprise you how that energy turns out, because the dilemma in this is known as external validation. And every time we look to the external world for our happiness, for our sense of purpose, to tell us what to do, to tell us that we are enough, we are putting ourselves in that victim state. And we do it so unconsciously a lot of times because we have been conditioned to seek the approval from others to tell us that we are enough or that we are doing is correct. So we are really having to examine our actions, our behaviors, our mindsets, our belief systems in order to harness the gift that is in this energy, which is known as the gift of freedom. So it's really looking at how we entrap ourselves into staying and believing that we are a victim, that we are powerless, and untangling the threads of those lies in order to empower ourselves to deal with the harder aspects of life, to deal with the uncomfortability of emotions, to not try to rationalize our emotional energy, but to allow it to be what it is. We don't go looking out at the oceans and Mother Earth and judge whether or not she's having a good day or a bad day. We just allow whatever is transpiring to transpire. Well, you have emotional waters within you that are going through its own wave patterns. And you are either somebody who has a very specific wave pattern based on your birth chart in the teachings of human design, or you're somebody who is feeling another person's emotions at 200%. So a lot of us have not been taught of our ability to feel and are aware of our ability to project energy out into the world that is then picked up by others. It often comes from a state of being innocent to the experience and unaware of what is happening external from the self. Well, we're all here to learn how to grow emotionally and spiritually. And as part of that, we are coming into a deeper awareness and a sense of personal responsibility to be more mindful. So as you are embracing who you are and you're really getting to discover your personal human design chart or branch that off into the gene keys for your inner alchemy, you are learning to embrace all different aspects of your shadow and your light and come into a greater awareness that we are all things. When we learn to accept ourselves, we come from a place of honesty and vulnerability. We own our feelings, we own our emotions, we own full responsibility for what is ours to fix and to navigate. Then we're really helping to teach the children to navigate this world ahead of them. There is always somebody that is watching how you are going to react, how you are going to respond. We are teachers to the next generations and to others. So reminding yourself that you also learned from those around you. And it's not to judge, it is to perhaps shift your perspective towards a teacher, a guru, somebody of influence that empowers you instead of keeps you stuck in the fear or in the mentality of staying in the victim. Instead, you want to rise. You want to reach your full potential during this time. So we are in this energy between February the 19th to the 23rd. We have a whole series of emotional gate activations that are going to be occurring for us through Pisces season. So the more we really get to embrace the teachings of Pisces, the element of water, managing our stress, becoming more emotionally aware, noticing our highs, noticing our lows, and not making decisions until we are in that neutrality point, the more we're going to become more mature in our ability to respond. So enjoy this learning process. We can either be in for a rocky ride or we can allow ourselves to really embrace and feel the full extent of the spirit within and to see how abundant we truly are in nature and how life is here to support and guide us when we surrender into letting life lead the way instead of trying to control everything from a base of fear or a belief that we have to keep ourselves confined to a certain structure. So let us all embrace the gift aspect of this in freedom and work within ourselves to notice where do you need to set yourself free from a victim mentality or a belief that has been limiting you. Namaste, which means the light in me sees the light in you. Take care.